everybody to order.
All right, hey y'all, welcome. Welcome to our new Perspective families. We have 3 senior speakers today, starting with Cody Coppage. You've probably seen Cody on stage in one of Baylor's musicals or plays. If you haven't seen Epic Proportions, check it out. He was awesome in it. Not only does he have a gift for acting, but he has a kind heart. Every time I see Cody, he's wearing a smile on his face. He's smart and genuine, and I'm excited to hear what he has to say. Please help me in welcoming Cody Coppage to the stage.
You would think that being an actor would lessen my nervousness to give this speech, especially since I have performed in front of the whole school many times, even a lot on this very stage. But something about this time is different. I'm looking into a crowd that consists of all the important people in my life, including my parents, which rarely happens. I'm reciting something I wrote, which never happens. I wasn't given direction or advice on how to enunciate certain words or phrases. I make my own choice and hope it conveys what I need it to. I don't have a director or conductor or peers to lean on if my choice doesn't work. I have my own senses and instincts, and that's it. If you really read into what I'm saying, you might find some corny metaphor about life. Well, that's not what I'm trying to get at here. So, here's my corny metaphor about life. This speech that I'm performing right now is one of the hardest ways to live life. Let me explain. I'm all alone, by myself, performing something I wrote less than a week ago. I got an intro at the beginning, but otherwise, all words you hear are my own. I have nobody up here to fall on if I make a mistake, and all the blame is on me. Contrast that with my years of theater. I'm given a script, other actors to help me, a director who leads me in the right direction, and a set built by very talented people, all to help me tell a story. Take a step back and look at your own life. Does it feel like the first performance? Alone, with no help and no direction. Or does it feel like the second? Friends, mentors, and loved ones who build you up and allow you to grow and live a happy life. I hope that the latter is true for all of us. However, that is unrealistic. If you do feel as though you are giving a senior speech, in the metaphorical sense, of course, then you have to know that you aren't alone. In this setting, the only way to get yourself out of this place is to find your introducer, who I would define in this setting as the person you can always count on. Whether it's a friend, parent, sibling, teacher, or roommate, finding that one person is how you start to build the cast of your life. Maybe you're not on stage. Maybe you're the director giving advice. It doesn't really matter. Building that group up is all that matters to make the show run smoothly, to give yourself the resources to live a fulfilling life. William Shakespeare once wrote, "All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts." Did you know that this quote is actually where the Baylor Players get their name? That reminds me, actually. Come see Epic Proportions. It's a raucous comedy. If you like slapstick humor, you'll love it. There's no show tonight, but we have a 7:30 show on Saturday and a 2:30 show on Sunday. Anyways, this William Shakespeare quote is a very fitting way to imagine your life. Sure, you could see it as your entrance being your birth and your exit being your death, but I imagine it in a different way. Like all the seniors here, we're about to make our exit, and this act of the show will be over. It can't be brought back, and if you slept through intermission, then that's too bad. You missed your chance to experience all your childhood wonders. As I'm about to make my exit from this stage, I would like to leave you with this. You seniors will soon have to play a new role. The one of a college student, most likely in an unfamiliar place with new people. You have to leave your stage with your cast and get up to this podium and give a senior speech. Thank you.
Great job, Cody. That was awesome. Next, we have Ella Claire. If you've ever had a conversation with Ella Claire, I'm certain she made you laugh in seconds. Not only is she hilarious, but she is consistent and genuine. I'm thankful to have her in calculus because we can laugh even when neither of us have any idea what's going on. Please help me welcome Ella Claire to the stage.
In 2021, I was diagnosed and finally treated for severe OCD and anxiety, which came as no surprise to my parents. When I was younger, my OCD started as simple things like no one being allowed to touch or move anything in my room, me writing to-do lists or schedules for myself by the age of 6, or even repeating patterns and numbers in my head to the point of being completely disconnected. The common misconception is that OCD is being organized and a perfectionist. While this is true, it's not all there is to it. By middle school, my OCD eventually turned into a crippling fear of dying. Whether I thought it would come from germs, a car crash, or even my sleep, I did everything in my power to prevent it from happening. I felt compelled to protect the people I loved from dying as well by doing things that sound stupid, like unplugging and plugging my charger in 3 times so the house wouldn't catch on fire, or double-checking the doors were locked every single night so that an intruder would not break in. I truly could not go to sleep for hours until I did a variety of things like this, genuinely believing I had to. It eventually got to the point that I stopped sleeping. I was convinced I would die in my sleep, and up until about age 13, I would have to sleep on the floor of my parents' room while I had panic attacks all night long. Desperate and seeking control for something, my OCD spiraled into an eating disorder, and there's some thoughts associated with this that never fully go away. You never know the battle someone is facing behind the scenes, and you never know the impact your words and actions have on them. Although I had to come to accept that there are some things beyond my control, we will always have the control over ourselves and how we treat others. We all tell ourselves we will be better the next day, be kinder, harder working, but none of us have any control over when our last interaction with someone will be. Whether a stranger you pass in public or a friend moving away, what impression did you leave on them? Will they remember you as a good or bad person? It's your choice. We are the only species born with the privilege of a moral compass and a conscience, the ability to care about our actions and reflect on them. Free will is both a strength and a weakness. It's a big responsibility. Every single person I'm looking at right now, I know that someone has made you feel worthless, irrelevant, unimportant. At the same time, I also know that everyone in this room has made someone else feel that way, whether subconsciously or intentionally, myself included. Maybe temporarily it felt nice to get your anger, pain, insecurities and project them onto someone else, but that doesn't heal you. It never will. Think of the person you hate most in this world. A friend who betrayed you, a partner who hurt you, a stranger who insulted you. Think of that person. Whatever the reason, whatever the situation. Did they mean to? Was it selfish, unnecessary? Were they hurting too? The answer is yes, they were hurting too. At some point or another, that person was hurt by someone else. Actions are not excused by personal struggles, but they offer explanations. But what is the psychology of why we want to bring others down with us? Many refer to this as the theory of hurt people hurt people. In other words, when you are hurting, you hurt others. Humans are made to find a sense of community. We are built to connect with people, to relate to them. We also want others to relate to us, to feel how we feel, so that we don't feel alone. Maybe that person who starts over you in your sport, say they mess up. Are you thinking of how bad you feel for them? Are you also a little bit hopeful that your coach saw it and considers to sub you in? Probably. Some studies suggest that satisfaction from another's misfortune can temporarily increase dopamine, the immediate reward neurotransmitter. Serotonin, on the other hand, the chemical responsible for overall mood and general happiness, may not increase or could even decrease. But when you make someone else feel good about themselves, you subconsciously acknowledge yourself as a kind, capable, or valuable person. This strengthens both your self-esteem and theirs, creating a feedback loop, which means you're more likely to keep behaving positively. Humans were created by God to be the most intelligent species, yet we don't use that to our advantage as much as we should. A dog does not make a thoughtful, thorough decision to bite someone. It just happens quickly and without any question. But that is not how God made us. God made us to make our own decisions. All of the times I felt compelled by my OCD to control things that were not my responsibility, I lost sight of what I do have control of, how I treat others. So next time someone says something hateful or mean, don't be the one to say something similar back. Be the good in someone's day. Be the reason someone laughs and not the reason someone cries. Be someone people get excited to be around by the way you light up everyone's day. It is always up to you. No matter what someone else has done to you, no matter what you have going on, You can always be the reason someone's day gets better. It's like a chain reaction. You're nice to someone, they feel better about themselves, and they might carry that kindness into their day and spread it to others. To Mom and Dad, thank you for the most memorable childhood. Thank you for every hour you've spent in the car to come to my soccer games, every dollar you've spent on school, vacations, and providing for me and Zoe. Thank you for every memory, every piece of advice, even when I didn't want to hear it, and every little thing you guys did behind the scenes. Thank you for showing up. There was never a tournament, an elementary school recital, or any time that I would look into the crowd and not find you. You guys were there every time, and I know you will continue to be no matter where I am next year. Dad, you're the most tender-hearted person I know, even if you don't like showing it. You have unknowingly made my worst days better. Thank you for being strong and teaching all of us what hard work looks like. You are so dedicated and determined. I hope to be that way someday. Mom, thank you for always somehow understanding what's wrong without me telling you. You care for all of us, no matter how busy you are. There's always food on the table, always a clean house, and always open arms for a hug when we need it. I don't know what I'm going to do without you when I sleep through my alarms in college. I love you both. To my sister Zoe, you have taught me how to be confident and never let other people determine my worth. You're one of the strongest women I know, and I hope you never change who you are. Thank you for always defending me, unless it's us that's arguing. I know you'll always have my back, and I'm so lucky to have been blessed with a role model like you to grow up with. I'm going to miss yelling our nightly, "Don't let the bed bugs bite" from across the hall, but I know you're always just one call away. I love you. To my friends, and especially Lily, I'm going to miss you all so much when we leave for college, but I know each and every one of you will go on to do great things. I want to close with my favorite Bible verse, John 13:7. You do not realize what I'm doing now, but later you will understand. So with that, trust God and his plan. No matter what happens to you, or what you're going through, or what you do or don't have control over, it will be okay. Be kind regardless. Thank you.
Thank you, Ella Claire. That was awesome. Lastly, we have Kate Haney. Ever since I met Kate freshman year when she showed up at boarding orientation, she's been outgoing and genuine. She is honest and up for anything, and I'm thankful to call her a friend. Please help me in welcoming Kate Haney to the stage.
As some of you may know, I'm an only child. I live in a single-parent household with my mother, just her and I. We get into arguments like siblings about anything, but mostly clothes. I've never been good at sharing anything since I've always had my own things. But imagine this. You are looking for an article of clothing you want to wear, but you cannot seem to find it anywhere. You look in every single spot you can think of, but your last resort is your mother's closet. Long story short, you find what you're looking for. Yes, the worst thing of all we share, though, is a camera roll. Yes, my mother and I see each other's photos and videos that come into our camera rolls, which has not ended the last 4 years of high school. As I was saying, I've always had my own things. My own mom and dad, my own clothes, and my own room. I also had my own weird things that I would do that my mom said made me unique. I would cover my ears when toilets were flushed in public bathrooms, and I could not get into elevators because closed spaces freaked me out. And still do. My mom said those were my own special quirks. But as I grew older, I began to realize that it would not be okay to do your own weird things in public because people would look at you weird because they thought you had something wrong with you. That is something I have never shared with anyone. My favorite thing about being an only child, though, is the silence. After I would come home from school, I would finally be alone. No one speaking to me and no one bothering me. I would be able to cope by myself like I love to. Until I met a friend who always wanted to be around me. She is someone I can confide in and constantly never lets me down. Besides in 4th grade when Lainey Reynolds wrote a love letter to Nelson Williams and signed my name on it and put it in his backpack. Now that we are over that bump in the road, we have grown in many ways through hardships we have faced together. I'm so happy I have someone like her to share my every thought with. Anyways, in the 3rd grade, my parents separated. Now I had 2 houses, 2 Christmases, 2 everythings. I had to share my weekends and holidays between my 2 parents, and everything reminded me of the fact that they were not together. I would sob hysterically in nurse's office while I waited for my mom to come sit with me during school. My back would begin to feel like it was on fire, and I could barely calm myself down. I stand here today and remember every exact moment these panic attacks would occur. I feel as if I'm in the nurse's office again, reliving every second of panic like I had done years ago. I remember the white walls, decorations of posters strung about, and the black couch. The one person I could always remember being there, though, was my mom. So then it was just her and I. Just us running errands, just us going to cheer competitions, and just us listening to the #1 singer for divorced moms in their 40s, Adele. I knew that I needed to ask for help, which was an awkward thing for me to do at an early age. My therapist opened me up to sharing my emotions, which was difficult, but I learned. I no longer needed as much support as I had before, and I finally gained the courage to share how I felt without a wave of anxiety pushing me back to square one. Sharing, finally, had a positive effect for me this time. I carried this anxiety-free mentality into high school and began to finally be at ease with my issues, until a Friday during my junior year when I had my first panic attack since elementary school. My back began to burn up, and I felt my breathing becoming less controlled. I was by myself, all alone, with no one there to comfort me. I began to think thoughts that led me back into therapy for the first time since 7th grade. I did not want to leave school early every other Wednesday for something that used to be so well controlled. I was so distant from everyone, and I felt like no one understood how lost I was feeling. By January of my junior year, I was in shambles. The word anxiety flowed through my head constantly, and this is how I defined myself: anxious. It was not until I began to spend time with the people around me who had been there for me for years that I realized how these adults meant to me, especially my friends' parents. Nelson and Pat have been the strongest male figures I could ask for. You will never miss Big Nell's monogram Nike Dunks and Pat screaming "Go K" every Tiger walk. Polly and Kingsley have taught me how to be kind and courageous and have always welcomed 7 teenagers into their home for the weekend. I want to be half the woman you both are today. Mayor Bennett, Lentz, and Mike have taught me how to stay humble and keep trying even when life gets hard. Lucia and Tommy, the most incredible role models, have showed me how to have fun and display kindness always. Lastly, Brooke, Mary Hadley, Caroline, and Jenny have been the best bonus moms I could ever even dreamt about. All of them have been there for me from the beginning, and I am forever grateful for all the love and care they have shown me. When I describe these influential figures in my life, I realize my friends and I are just like our parents. That is something all of us can share. These people I have mentioned have different lives from my mom and I, but the one thing we all truly share is the support and love for each other. Now that I stand here, only graduating in a few short months, I realize that sharing is key. No matter who or when or what you are dealing with, there are people all around you who care about you and what you have to say. I have a lot of thank yous. First, I want to thank all of my teammates on Baylor Cheer for encouraging each other to become the best versions of ourselves always. To my freshmen, Charlotte, Ava, Hadley, and Grace, I hope these next 3 years are incredible and y'all continue the love you have for cheer. To my sophomores, Lillian, Harley, Graham, and Lily, I hope y'all continue on with y'all's sense of humor and incredible work ethic for the rest of your time here. To my juniors, Marge, Evie, Khaki, Riley, Gracie, and Caroline, I hope y'all lead next year with good intentions and continue y'all's kind and ambitious attitudes. To my fellow seniors, Caroline, Mary Harper, and Quinn, thank you for being my support system and constantly pushing everyone to try their hardest. I want to thank my dad for always showing up. I could have not made it this far without your constant love and support. Thank you, Ma, Tom, Papa, and Aunt Michelle for being my biggest cheerleaders and for your steadfast love. Thank you, Mimi, for showing me what it means to be a strong woman and for loving me so well. Thank you, Grandpa, for always pushing me to be my best and for the special love that we only share. I also want to thank my Aunt Nancy for being an incredible role model and just an incredible woman in general. Thank you to Jane and Lottie for being the kindest little girls I could have ever encountered. You both are so beautiful inside and out, and I'm so lucky I get to call myself y'all's babysitter. I will miss you both more than words next year, but I'm so proud of the little woman you have both become. My last thank you is to my best friend, the dazzling woman who I've seen my name and my life's blood, Emily Haney. My mother never gave me any idea that I could not do whatever I wanted to do or be whomever I wanted to be. She fills our home with love and laughter, and I would never have my life any other way than it is now. As she has guided me through these incredible 18 years, I do not know if she ever realized that the person I wanted to be most was her. I love you more than words can describe. My final thought is to share a quote from my mom, words that have always grounded and guided me. Keep it classy, not trashy. My interpretation of this phrase is, behave with dignity, elegance, and restraint while avoiding vulgarity and lack of manners. Reflect grace and respect towards others and towards yourself. Share kindness no matter the circumstances or consequences. Thank you.
Thank you to all our senior speakers. You guys did great. Now we have some announcements.
Hi, I have a quick announcement for college counseling, so we're going to start with a joke. Why did the sun go to school? Thanks. To get a little brighter. Did you all know that Huntsville is known as Rocket City and is the birthplace of the American Space Program? College counseling will be taking a Red Raider road trip to University of Alabama at Huntsville on November 14th. So if that sounds stellar to you, order over to your email and let Miss O'Mara know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Garland Drennan, and this year I am head of the Community Service Coat Drive. The Coat Drive gives each Community Service Scholar 2 coats for the winter and is an essential part and fun part of the holiday party, which rewards our scholars for their hard work throughout the school year. I am looking for coat sizes, youth through small, and if you are able to donate, you can drop off the coats in the red community service bins located around campus in Barks, Pack, the Guard Shack, and the Field House. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, please reach out to Miss Curley, Miss Haney, or me. Thank you.
All right, so I've got some walkabout announcements today. This weekend, Walkabout is bringing you 2 great trips. First of all, we got bouldering at Stone Fort. This will be Saturday, and honestly, bouldering is just a great way to get into climbing. I mean, you're never more than like 3 feet off the ground, so if you have a fear of heights, it's a great time to go climbing. So to sign up for that, you can email Miss Osteen. Then, Sunday, we have fly fishing at a private stocked lake in Sequatchie Valley. I know there are a lot of fishers out there, all right? And why would you pass up a chance to go to a private stocked lake? So sign up for that one. You can email Miss Osteen to sign up. Then, not this weekend, but next weekend, Mr. E will be leading a trail backpacking series, November 1st and 2nd. You'll backpack November 1st and then camp, and then finish backpacking November 2nd. Right after Halloween, maybe a little spooky, could be pretty fun. So email Mr. E to sign up. Then finally, y'all might notice it's getting pretty cold outside. And with cold comes snow. And when you see snow, you're going to think about skiing. And so Walkabout every year brings to you the winter break ski trip. So why not sign up? We go to Brighton, Utah. Yeah. We go to Brighton, Utah, ski for 3 days, great conditions, lots of snow. Maybe you've skied like a lot, maybe you haven't. It's a great trip to go on with your friends. Email Miss Heather Beeble to sign up. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily and this is Keaton Whaley.
We're here to remind all freshmen that the deadline to sign up for Boys Night and Girls Night is today at noon. Come hang out with your fellow classmates and senior leaders.
Check your email and class folder for the link to sign up. Remember, you must sign up to guarantee you receive your t-shirt so you can take advantage of the dress down day.
We look forward to seeing you all next week.
Hi, y'all. I'm Riley. And I'm Amelie, and we're two of the student officers for the debate club. If you have ever been interested in trying out debate without committing to coming to meetings or traveling over a weekend, we have a wonderful opportunity for you. During the afternoon of Sunday, November 9th, we will host a mini conference for anyone interested in seeing what debating is like. Prior experience is not required, only a good attitude is needed. We will teach you the basics on the day. The topic does not require a debate background, and the rest will fall into place. Really, everyone is welcome. If you're interested, talk to one of us or email Ms. Hopping. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
I love Fridays for a lot of reasons. Tops on the list is coming to Assembly every Friday and hearing from our senior speakers. I think it really is a good reflection of our community when our speakers come in and share really personal stories and that they feel comfortable doing so because of the community that we all create. And certainly with Cody and Ella Claire and Kate's messages today, I felt that. And so let's give them all three a big round of applause. I also love hearing about everything that's happening around campus and opportunities to support each other as Baylor students. We've had a number of those this week, whether it was through trunk or treat, through cross country, through soccer, through volleyball. We've had lots of success. Let's give those groups a big round of applause as well. And I also want to encourage everyone to do as Cody suggested, come to the play. I saw it last night. It's fantastic. It's funny. It's got a lot of energy and excitement. It's the first play I've seen in a long time. That it was the first time I had seen it. And so I promise you won't be disappointed. So come out and support the play. And also tonight we have a big game in Haywood Stadium. So come out and support our football team and our cheer squad. 7:30, wear pink. It's a pink out. And so we're going to do that and support breast cancer awareness and research, which is an important thing. So I want to encourage everybody to come. It has big playoff implications. It'll be fun. And with the help of our senior leadership, we'll dismiss from the front. Go Big Red.